and watch the chef cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17th curb.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta tell y'all, man, Big Print Champs is in the building. We ain't never going nowhere. Ski Mask Howie shirts, Hurt Season hats, everything you need. A slew of other creators are on deck now, so make sure you tap in and check out their stores as well. It's going down. Big Print Champs in the building, in the building, in the building. The link for the description where you find all the LB merch will be there. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. So, I was looking at, looking at our defensive back room, looking at our safety situation, looking at our cornerback situation, and it's crazy because this is, in fact, the deepest the Philadelphia Eagles have been at the position probably in the last 15 years. I threw a question up on Twitter. Is this the deepest Philadelphia Eagles cornerback room we've had in a while? And a lot of people like that 2004 team. I like that 2004 team better, simply just because of Brian Dawkins, the Hall of Famer back there. But I feel like if one of these young safeties on our roster, on our new team, if one of these young guys can come out here and emerge, we could be looking at something special in terms of a secondary. We really could be looking at something special in terms of secondary. Now, listen, you got two all-pro cornerbacks on the outside. Two all-pro guys on the outside. Darius Slay, James Bradbury. Avonte Maddox, when he plays within that slot, we're a different team. He just got to stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Safety is always the biggest question mark. You got Sidney Brown. We drafted him. He's, doing this thing. Had a number change recently. You brought in Edmonds. My guy, Reed Battleship. Listen, man. All we need is one of these guys to emerge. Reed Blankenship or Brown, and we're going to be solid. Because Brown could play in the box. Brown could play a traditional safety role. We need that to happen. And I think the Philadelphia Eagles, as a defensive back unit, will be off to the races and, in a real favorable position. Because when you think about this, man, the skill set of James Bradbury, allows him to be a lockdown corner in zone. Darius Slay is more of a man guy, but I think we're going to play a little man. And what has to happen with a player like Sidney Brown is Sean Desai has to let him play to his strengths. We got to let these guys play to their strengths. I think Reed Blankenship and Sean Brown and even Edmonds are just, better at being box safeties. We need to find a traditional guy, man. We need to find a traditional ball hawking safety. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not saying Sidney Brown can't do that, but at the end of the day, From the highlight film and how he was used in college, he was traditionally that box guy. Now, when you look at, I think it was one of the bowl games or something like that, a senior bowl, something like that they do in college. And, he was asked to play a more traditional role, and he looked really good doing that as well. So it's all about how we decide to use these guys, man. But the biggest news, of the week to me is that, Lane Johnson had no setbacks and he's set to return to, physical contact. He's been cleared to participate in all duties. And, that's just great news for the Philadelphia Eagles and Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson, he shuts guys down like Micah Parsons. Lane Johnson shuts generational talents down. So, having Lane Johnson ready as soon as possible, is in the best interest of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's the best right tackle in the National Football League. I don't even think that's debatable. But what I do think is debatable is that, if the Philadelphia Eagles have the best secondary in the division or not. It's highly debatable. Because the Dallas Cowboys have a really good secondary as well. They have two all-pro corners. They might be, their weak spot might be safety as well, but they're a little more established there at safety than we are. I don't know. It's going to be, a fight for that one. You're only going to be able to tell on the field, man. On paper, those guys are great together. The Eagles proved it. We don't got as many new pieces as them. Maybe that works in our advantage, but I'm excited about where we are, man. Greedy Williams, we don't talk about him enough. Eli Ricks, who was a prospect until he got arrested in college. We got some really good talent in the defensive back room this year, and I think that, it's going to help us get to a level of dominance. We're going to have a no-fly zone in Philly, man. I can feel it this year. But, it is what it is. We're going to see, man. Lane Johnson is back. I'm so excited for that one because now you get you get the offensive line practicing together. You know what I mean? We got big plans for Tyler Steen. He potentially could be a rookie starter next to some greats. So you want Tyler Steen to get acclimated immediately, playing in between Kelsey and Lane Johnson. You want him to get the whole Stoutland University effect as a rookie, and it's only going to pay huge dividends for him down the line. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is this one of the best safety rooms? One of the best defensive back rooms that you guys seen in a while? You know what I mean? And how excited are you guys for Lane Johnson? Enjoy y'all weekend. We're going to be chopping it up more. I'm sure you know the vibes.